Hey everyone, it's TC, your guiding chariot. Welcome to your daily reading. This is going to be for May 8th, Wednesday. Interesting day. Oh, sorry. I think I'm getting sleepy. But interesting day. I think today is really going to be all about expression and and not expression in a way of releasing, but just kind of being authentic and just expressing how you feel and letting out your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings, all of that good stuff. Couple aspects today. So first two are pretty simple. You have the moon in a sextile to Uranus and the moon in a sextile to Mercury. Essentially what these two aspects are doing when you mix them together, when the moon is in a sextile to Mercury, it's kind of like your heart and your mind meeting. It's easy for you to communicate your thoughts. Your heart and your mind are easily aligned, so it's easy for you to take your feelings, turn them into words, and then express them and communicate them. With the sextile to Uranus, a lot of times this can affect your moods. You can be a little prone to kind of like sudden mood swings, sudden mood changes. And even though that sounds like you may be kind of moody and stormy today, honestly with the sextile, these are helpful things. These sextiles, these shifts in your moods, honestly can help bring you to some new understandings, seeing some new perspectives, and helping some type of change. And definitely on an emotional level, because we are affecting the moon. But could be some new emotional interpretations of situations, especially as we then communicate those changes and communicate these shifts with, the people they involve or our close friends. So those two aspects working overtime for us today, I think. We also have two other aspects with these two, obviously with the moon in a sextile to Uranus and the moon also in a sextile to Mercury. That should have given you a hint. Those two planets are in conjunction. They are sharing space today. This is exciting. So essentially what's happening, Uranus, the electric, creative, ambitious energy of Uranus is affecting Mercury, is influencing Mercury, which means it's affecting our mind. So essentially we're getting very stimulated. So this is the great time to be creative, to think differently. This could also affect your daily routines in a way and make them a little more exciting, because again, we're getting that dose of electricity from Uranus. So could get some new drive, some new hunches. Things could just be shifting and have, you could have some sudden whims that honestly I would encourage today. If you're kind of thinking about doing something or trying something different or heading in a different direction, I say go for it. Other aspect I want to talk about, we have another sextile. So the sun is in a sextile to Neptune. This is going to have an interesting effect. So sun is governing the self. Neptune has that fantastic, dreamy, very psychic energy. So this sextile really helps to heighten your sensitivity. So honestly, any psychic abilities definitely get enhanced. Your intuition definitely gets an enhancement. It'd be really easy for you today. Actually, I think you'll probably feel this for a couple days. But it'd be really easy for you to read people, to read a room, read a situation, kind of get the vibe off of it. All of that is going to be super, super high. This has also been a great time, so I've been talking about expression a lot too, right? This aspect is also an amazing opportunity to express your caring and sensitive nature, because again, we're talking about Neptune, but this is going to be through acts of service, showing your caring through working with others, through helping others. And it doesn't necessarily mean, you have to do volunteer work and it's actually like actual charity work, which by all means you totally could do. But even just in your basic interactions, if you're in sales, what kind of service are you providing? If you're just talking to someone and you find out they're going through something, how are you supporting them? What can you share? Even if it's just sharing an experience of your own that may help them understand what's really going on. Great opportunity for that today. So lots of sharing and expressing feelings and thoughts and emotions today. So honestly, be real open with that. Our rune today, we got Tewaz. So this is the pole star, the guiding star. So again, to me, this is another nod to, we were talking about expressions, but to me, this is a nod about finding your purpose and following your path, doing what you feel is pono, doing what you feel is right. A lot of times this can sometimes pop up when you're making a choice between, you know, a path that maybe you're sacrificing some income or you're sacrificing some type of luxuries. This path may be a little harder, but it's something that, you know, you feel you have to do. It's what you were meant to do. This is your calling, but maybe you have to give up the big corporate job in corporate office to start your own business. I don't know, selling plants. I don't know, whatever it is. A lot of times that kind of gets wrapped up in Tewa's meaning. I think today, knowing what energies are kind of going on, if you feel the need to serve, or if you feel that your work has to do with some type of compassionate care, I kind of think today is your moment. This is really your opportunity to shift, get that out there, maybe make that jump, make that leap of faith. To me, that's really what this rune is. It's about that leap of faith because you know that there's something bigger than what's going on right now. And it's following the messages and following the guidance to get there, to get down that path. And honestly, it may be harder in the short term, like right at the start, but where that path ends up is going to be way bigger than where you are now. So if that's really speaking to you, if that resonates, take the leap. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be comfortable, but there's going to be way more growth on that path than where you are now, especially if you're already feeling that it's not the right fit, if you're already feeling kind of out of sorts. You're in a place that you don't need to be any longer. You've started to outgrow it. All right? Let me tilt this down so we can get some cards. There's our lovely Tewas. So, with all this guidance, I thought I would pull the Keepers of the Light Oracle out. See what guidance they have for us. With all this shifting, with all this emotional things bubbling up. And I do feel like these are things that are bubbling up. Oh, lovely. So we've got Kuthumi, Cloak of Wisdom. A lot of Mercury aspects going on, so lovely to see this. I feel a sneeze coming on. There it is, all right. Knew it was coming. Prompt reads, you already know the answer you seek. Trust what you know. Yes. Then we have the Shekinah. I love when we get the Shekinah. This makes me so happy. Sacred Self. Here the prompt reads, unleash your spirit. Express your gifts. Dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Being authentic. Following your instincts. Following your heart. I think that's why a lot of these aspects have to do with expression and letting those feelings come out and letting those feelings guide you. Where do you feel the happiest? Where do you feel the most... I was going to say successful, but that's not what I want to say. Influential, that's the word I wanted. Where do you feel the most influential? Where do you see yourself creating the most effect? And look at this. I'm going to butcher this, I'm so sorry. Mahavatar Babaji. I hope I said that right. Self-expression, look at that. Prompt reads, your consciousness is expanding. We talked about that with the Sun sextile Neptune. You're understanding the connections between all things. People you interact with, yourself, the universe, energies around. Definitely getting huge downloads from Neptune right now with that sextile. Beautiful, beautiful kind of thing to consider. That your soul is expanding. I almost want to, it's like a visual, like you're taking up more space, like you have more weight and more power now. And that power needs to be put into, so I almost want to put them like this. I'm going to shuffle y'all around a little bit. But here you have your soul expanding, your purpose coming through, you're getting this guidance on how to evolve and how to heighten and manifest, using the wisdom of what you already know inside of you, because your intuition is already starting to let some of that out and let you know the direction you should be heading at. And then fully expressing this dove, like flying out of your heart chakra, fully expressing what it is the soul is trying to accomplish. It's literally like this path from internal, so it's like an emotional level, seeping into an analytical level, until it becomes physical and we actually let it leave our body through our actions and our behaviors. Beautiful. It's like feelings turn into thoughts, turn into actions. I'm sure there's some wise quote that had something to do with all of that, and I just can't think of it right now. but it's literally feelings into thoughts into actions. Those actions become behaviors, and then they grow into character. Ooh. Yeah. Someone flipped over. I'm going to put you back. Okay, we are going to take these. I normally like to cut this deck, so let's take these three as like some extra. Fabulous. All right, so we have here the Seven of Swords, which we did get in yesterday's reading. Prince of Wands, our little jack of all trades, and the Queen of Swords. Beautiful energies. So yesterday when we got the Seven of Swords, I was talking about it as our inner saboteur, that little voice inside that likes to nag. You know, you may even want to call it the ego. It's that little voice that doesn't want change. That voice wants to keep you right where you are because that's where the ego is comfortable. Ego doesn't like change. Ego likes to stay exactly where he or she is. That's where he knows how to control. He doesn't want to do things differently. So to me, that Seven of Swords is that inner saboteur that's kind of getting you to doubt yourself, to second guess yourself. Prince of Wands is very impulsive, fiery, passionate, chasing whatever he wants, you know, and is kind of successful no matter where he goes. He figures it out, he makes it work. And then the Queen of Swords, that level of discernment, listening to these two, actually not listening to these two voices, I'm sorry, you know, deciding between which voice is true, which voice is trying to trick you, which voice is trying to expand you. This Queen of Swords is sitting in between going, nope, you're not the one, and I'm cutting you off. It's exactly what's happening here. So remember that as we go through. All right. That's so not where I expected that cut to come from. All right. Let me move that bad boy out of the way. All right. Let's see what we got here. Yes, starting off with the High Priestess. Intuition. Listening to that instinct, that gut of yours, telling you what is right, what is wrong, what you should be partaking in, what you should be leaving behind. Then you've got the Justice card, so she could be talking about a Libra. But again, the Justice card is karmic order, karmic balance, the natural law of things. Just for the time being, I'm going to put you guys over here, just so I can move these over. So Justice. So I always call it karmic order because it's about, it is kind of like right and wrong, but you know, there is an order to things. When you think of natural order, like obviously murder, not a good thing, but in the animal world, you know, predators have to hunt and kill prey so they can eat and survive. So it's not necessarily as simple as right or wrong, right? There has to be a balance. So to me, Justice is coming up as a rebalancing of sorts. You know, it's that shift. Again, it's that shift about getting you onto the proper path, the right path, you know, the one that is more aligned. Princess of Cups. All the princesses symbolize a new beginning, a fresh start. You know, there is also, you know, a little bit of naivety to our princesses because they are the youngest of the courts. Princess of Cups, a very psychic, very intuitive energy. Here you have the High Priestess, and then, you know, this is almost like a disciple within this temple. So Princess of Cups, learning how to translate that intuition, learning what to do with this guidance, to receive these messages. You know, deciphering the hologram. And then Six of Wands, and then you find victory. This Princess of Cups is it's almost like trying to read the treasure map to find fame and success. And then you have the Hierophant. So, literally these are counterpart energies, the High Priestess and the Hierophant. So, great card of religion and spirituality. This is also a card of learning. to me, this is tapping into that soul expansion. One, for the spiritual nature of this card, and two, for the element of learning. You are starting to grow on a soul level. This is also learning from tradition, learning from what has stood the test of time. You know, that's why it speaks to religion, because think how long religions have lasted and existed and how they've grown and evolved. This is also almost a very grounding energy as well. So this is the card for Taurus. We are in Taurus season. The Hierophant card is commitment as well. So I feel like those of you who really follow this new path and take this leap and make this shift, honestly, you, like I was saying, you are getting to the right path. You are moving in the direction you need to. And honestly, I think once you get on this path and start feeling it out, I almost want to say I'm getting this idea that it's going to feel like home, like this is where you were meant to be. Like you just feel grounded and connected once you get really in line to it. And then you get to shake a whole bunch of shit up. Look at that with the Tower card. And this is funny. I feel like the past couple times we've gotten the Tower card, because it's popped up a lot recently. Lots of things are shifting. I'm not surprised with all this Uranian influence going on. But again, I think it was a couple days ago which was talking about it. We keep getting the Tower like at the end of the reading. And it's like, really, that's my result? Everything falls apart? But like I said in that other reading, you walk into the Tower knowing it's the Tower. Like you kind of walk in and you're like, oh yeah, this is all shit. This is crumbling down. I'm good. I know. I got this. Like I know where the safe spot is. I'm going to stand right here and all of this is going to fall away and I'm going to miss it because I know it's crumbling. I can already see the cracks. Like being the Hierophant walking towards this, Hierophant is already stable. He's already secure. He knows what's right. He knows where he's supposed to be. So seeing this, he does not faze him. He's not afraid of that energy. He's like, no, you're only destroying what isn't meant to be. And if it's not meant to be, I don't want it anyway. Let the sucker fall. Go. I don't need you. Who does need this is this little bastard. This Seven of Swords wants to cling to everything this Tower represents. That's why this Queen of Swords popped up to say, hey, no. Here's the two choices you have to make. I am not letting you choose this one. I'm blocking this one out because you need to listen to this voice. This voice that is passionate and fiery and fueled by ambition and desire. Not, what looks good on the outside. Not the sparkling, glittery, successful version of what you think you should be doing. Listen to your gut. Follow your instincts. Listen to the messages. That is where you find success and stability so that when the shit hits the fan, you already have your raincoat and umbrella ready to deflect it. All right? Simple. That's all it is. So if you saw the Tower card and you started to freak out, know that honestly, you're being set up to walk into this moment totally fine. Totally fine. Like you can even see, I think this one has, yes. So you can even see in this card, there's like a little silhouette down at the bottom of the Tower. This person's not fazed, they're not freaking out, they're not running away. This is you walking into this Tower and be like, I knew this was gonna fall. I could have told you this was gonna crumble apart. And actually, I probably did. That's why I walked away from it. That's why I stepped outside. The rest of you hanging out in there when this happened, you didn't listen to the messages, you didn't even listen to me. But I told you I wasn't meant to be here. So bye. Literally bye. Like that's what this is. So don't let that Tower card scare you. Look to these energies. And honestly, really what you should be doing is looking inside. Because that's where all these answers are. Look, you have a card of spirituality, a card of spirituality, a card of inner wisdom and intuition. You also have another card that speaks to psychic abilities. Justice is a natural order. This is something outside of your control. This is just the difference between right and wrong and balance and finding harmony again, and that is where you find success. All right? So all your answers are coming from within. So there is no reason to look to this Tower and look to the writing on the walls because it's all phony. It's all phony. Listen to your instincts right now. And that is where you will find success. All right, my lovelies, I'm going to send you out. Thank you as always for joining me. Thank you for watching these videos. I love you guys so much. Excited to see you all in tomorrow's video. As always, thank you for all the likes, the comments, subscriptions. Keep them coming. Hit me up in the comments if you have anything to share with me. You can also DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot. And as always, if you want to book a private session with me, all that info will be in the description box below. Love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.